be here in a minute.
That's why because I only
Just got to get everything queued up and recording.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good? We're good? Let's roll. Hello! Hi! Thanks for coming. We've got our sort of roundtable discussion today called Content to Creation. I'm Katie. I'm going to be moderating the panel, asking the questions and sort of guiding the storyline of how we get a story from an idea in your head to a point where you're basically publication ready and ready to go through editing and printing and all that sort of stuff. So I'm joined by a group of South Australian independently published authors. We have Max Tillsley,
Yo.
Stefanie Dawn, J Carlisle, and just in the nick of time, that J Pike. Perfection. The late comer. No, look at the talk. So we've got quite a good community of independently published authors here in South Australia. We've been doing the con circuits and all that sort of stuff for a while, so you guys probably recognise most of our faces. So we've got authors up here today have published sci-fi, fantasy, steampunk, steamy paranormal romance, crazy mystery, all those sorts of. We've covered a lot of the genres. And the fact that we're all here together, I think, just shows that, although the skills that are needed to write are universal and genre crossing. So even though there may be little crossover in themes, even though, like, Karen and I both have books with little old lady protagonists, but there's space for all of our genres and there's space for all of the stories. So we're not in direct competition with each other, except we don't talk about that in public. That's just for, that's the bar talk. Chillax French. Alright, so that's the intro, that's the boring bit. So, our first question is, ideas come from everywhere, so how do you know which ones will work? Let's start with Rob.
Alright, so for ideas, I sort of view it as making fairy floss, right? You get your bit of sugar, you throw it in the machine, and you've got a stick. And so you have to take this idea and just build up little layers. You have to think about the details. You might use like mind maps, you might just jot notes, you might do a document, but it's all about building up till you get this big ball of fluff of sugar. And then the one thing that you need to make sure that this is worth writing, is you need to see, have you built in any room for conflict? Your idea isn't a story unless there's an actual conflict between character and situation, whatever. But without that, you don't have the special flavour. It's just bland sugar that's whipped up. So that's it for me.
Yeah. And it works because fairy floss is also really hard to make. Have you ever tried it? No. Fairy floss is actually really hard to make. I've got a home fairy floss machine. It's really hard. Steph, do you have anything to build on that?
Yeah, look, I'm a bit of a pantser when it comes to different things. I might start 15 different stories. Deciding which one is worth continuing depends. Like, if I come up with an idea for one scene, which might happen if I listen to a song and I just see it in my head, whether I continue with that depends on exactly that. Is there something else I can connect to that to make it a story? Because one scene on its own is not a story. And it might be really cool, but that doesn't mean it's going to be worth anything in terms of pursuing a narrative. So if I come up with another scene, can I connect them? How are they connected? There's part of the story right there. A lot of the time, I've got the ending written before I even know who the characters are.
Interesting approach. Anything else there?
I'm another pantser, if you know what a pantser is. Yes. I don't have any idea whether they're going to work. I just start writing and I write down the ideas I have, and I have little book boxes and I have folders on the computer, and they fester there for a while until I get enough ideas, and then I write them down, and I connect with music too to get a feel for things, and then if I don't think they're going to work for a longer one, I'll write a short story and then file it away in the to use later file thing. Yep.
And I just would generally just write things that I think I'm going to find interesting, or I don't think a story hasn't been told before, so that would be a start point. But when I get readers to the booth and I was like, oh, I'm thinking about writing this next. So I just do a little like off the cuff like sampler just to get reactions to see would that idea capture them. And so I guess it's a little market research around people who already read my work. Would they be interested in me writing in this space over here? So, but even before I was writing to readers, I still asked my friends. I was like, I got 3 different book ideas. Do any of these sound interesting? And they all said the same one, which was apocalypse. So that's why I wrote that book. I had 3 book ideas that were completely different, but everyone said the same ideas. I'm like, okay, that's the one I'm going to write then. And yeah, so that was it.